Later, and I still can't get the Grand Major out of my head. Des, where do we even start?
Oh boy, I don't even know. Like, people are already calling it the greatest final round of all time. And honestly, going in, I'd already written the ending.
Yeah, it was all about Ursa.
Exactly. Ursa's streak, Ursa's moment. And Odelia announcing her comeback, I was like, well, this won't really change anything. She is good, don't get me wrong, but I did not expect that.
Neither did I, but June,
Yep.
you've been saying it for years. Even when Odelia was struggling early on in her career, running that heavy build, not putting it together, you saw something.
So here's the thing. Odelia is the greatest naturally talented contestant the arena's ever seen. I mean, with those reactions and reflexes.
Yeah, it's insane.
But she struggled. She never had the right setup to fully blossom.
Until she did.
Don't know if you remember, but I said it during her first tournament. If she ever drops that heavy build and goes light, good luck to everyone else.
Yeah, I remember that. And nobody listened.
People rarely do, Des.
And while she was gone, the whole conversation was Ursa.
Oh, Ursa's a beast. Multico put everything behind that guy. And it showed.
Yeah, Ursa was running through everyone.
No doubt. It's scary to watch. But here's what baffles me. Since when does Multico care about competitive entertainment? They've got nothing to do with this world. But suddenly they're pouring resources into building a super contestant?
Yeah, a lot of people are asking that question. I don't think we're getting that answer anytime soon. But what happened on that stage?
Listen, we all knew we were in for a show with these two facing each other, but that clash, holy moly.
June, you were on the mic for that, yeah?
Indeed.
What was that like?
So I've called a lot of matches, and when something big happens, the crowd explodes. That's how it works. But when that round ended, the silence was deafening.
Oh, man.
It was like the whole arena forgot to breathe.
Getting goosebumps again.
Odelia finally...
And now, Planetary Conditions Bulletin with Gary Sinclair.
Thank you, Tobias. The Atlantic Basin is currently experiencing what analysts are calling a large-scale environmental opportunity. Behind me, the transatlantic landfill shelf continues its expansion cycle, now stretching just over 3,000 miles of consolidated post-consumer terrain. Years of extreme heat have fused floating plastics, polymers, and packaging composites into a continuous artificial crust. Researchers have officially classified the material as synthetic lithosphere. In practical terms, the trash has melted together. And yes, you can walk on it. Storm systems crossing the Atlantic have begun depositing ocean sand across the landfill surface, creating a stable layer of compacted post-consumer sediment. The result is something scientists say behaves surprisingly like soil. From trash patch to hiking trail? Potentially. Trentilla CEO Anna Del Mar has announced a multi-million credit research initiative to study the emerging ecosystem. According to Del Mar, quote, "These developments will take years, but we are hopeful we can create something great for everyone to enjoy." Of course, those plans may take some time. The landfill is currently drifting through a corridor of semi-acidic storm systems in the mid-Atlantic. We're also seeing a methane inversion stretching from the Azores to the Grand Banks, venting a level 5 bioaerosol made primarily of decomposed waste compounds and industrial lipid residue. Visibility is currently 0. Still, no one knows exactly what Del Mar has planned. But if history tells us anything, Trentilla rarely lets fertile ground go to waste, even if the air out here tastes like a locker room and battery acid. Remember, folks, no clearing in sight, stay inside. Reporting from the transatlantic landfill shelf, I'm Gary Sinclair. Back to you in the studio.
And finally tonight, after another week of rising dust levels, the continued expansion of the transatlantic landfill, and chronic uncertainty about global grain forecasts, we leave you with a heartwarming story. For that, we go to our correspondent, Naomi Sinclair, reporting from the outskirts of Rotterdam.
Thanks, Daniel. I'm standing just outside Sector 14, where an 8-year-old girl named Mira Alvarez has become something of a local hero. 3 weeks ago, Mira discovered what she believed to be an abandoned kitten while scavenging for recyclables with her family. When she found it, the animal was feeding on what authorities later identified as unauthorized memorial matter from a nearby remembrance facility. Mira brought the creature home, fed it jugs of protein paste, and carefully nursed it back to health. Now here's the surprising part. According to veterinarians, the kitten Mira rescued is actually a juvenile hybrid tiger, part of OSPU's experimental line of genetically optimized jungle cats designed to thrive in harsh environments. OSPU's representatives say the tiger appears healthy and unusually well socialized, thanks no doubt to Mira's loving care. The company has generously offered to relocate the animal to one of its corporate reserves. Mira's family says they're hoping to visit whenever possible. And Daniel, I can tell you, the tiger, now named Snuggles, has already grown to nearly twice the size of the family's dinner table. The family says she's very gentle, so long as everyone moves slowly.
Remarkable. A landfill rescue turning into a story of compassion and cutting-edge biotechnology. We wish Mira and Snuggles all the best. And that's all from us tonight. Good night.
And finally, tonight, we turn to a story that's reminding many people of the simple comforts of home. For that, we go to our correspondent, Tina Hepparauta, reporting from northern Finland.
Thanks, Tobias. I'm standing just outside the town of Kemi, where one woman says a small piece of technology has completely transformed her marriage. 3 months ago, Anja Rautio equipped her husband Matti with one of Vaja's behavioral optimization chips, one of the company's line of neural assistants designed to encourage productivity. According to Anja, Matti had been struggling with motivation during the long winters. But after activating the chip, something remarkable happened. Matti began building. First, it was a small shed, then a sauna, then a cabin. Today, the Rautio property boasts 27 handcrafted log cabins, each one larger than the last. Vaja says the chip is working exactly as intended, helping Matti reactivate his sense of drive and accomplishment. Even better, local officials say the cabins may soon be used as temporary housing for residents displaced by coastal flooding. And Tobias, I can tell you, Matti is already hard at work on cabin number 28. His wife says she's never seen him happier.
A wonderful example of how technology can bring people closer to the things that matter most. And that's all from us tonight. Good night.
And before we leave you tonight, we bring you a story that's lighting up social feeds across Northern Europe. Reports have been pouring in of a mysterious glow seen on the horizon last night, prompting some residents to wonder if a wildfire had broken out. For more on the story, we go now to our correspondent Kadri Sar, reporting from Northern Estonia.
Thanks, Hannah. What many people initially believed was a forest fire, or perhaps a volcanic eruption, turned out to be something rather more educational. Behind me is what remains of a campsite used yesterday by a local 5th grade class during a school wilderness excursion. According to teachers, the students were preparing a traditional evening campfire when one of the chaperones accidentally used Disson's Redstream industrial ignition compound instead of a standard fire starter. Witnesses say the resulting flames rose almost a mile into the air. Luckily, the class and teachers were propelled into a nearby lake by the initial blast. Authorities soon dispatched fire crews and observation drones before determining the blaze was safely contained between the lake and a local highway. And Hannah, forestry officials say the students technically followed all safety rules, although the fire pit itself is now considered slightly larger than regulation.
Well, sometimes learning experiences really leave a lasting mark. And while officials are reminding the public to handle high-performance fuels responsibly, many locals say the massive bonfire made for an unforgettable evening. As for the students, their teacher says the class has already written thank you letters to Doosan, whose Red Stream compound clearly provided one very memorable lesson in combustion.
And Hannah, the children say they're hoping to try roasting marshmallows again next year, perhaps with slightly less fuel.
Probably wise. That's all from us, folks. Good night.